Hello, my name is Jamie Cornelson, and this is Module 1 for School Law. A little bit about me is I'm married to my husband Ryan. We have 3 children. Kaylee is 11, our son Cooper is 8, and we had our daughter Cambry in August, and she just turned 7 months. Ryan and I are both in education. I have been in education for 13 years. I have experience in elementary education and preschool. I got my bachelor's degree from Fort Hays, and then I got a master's in early childhood special education from Emporia State. And I started working towards my administration. I have dreams of becoming a director of a preschool or a principal. In my current position, I am serving as the education specialist with Reno County Head Start. This is my second year in the position, but in May, my family and I will be relocating to Gardner, Kansas, where my husband took the head football job, and so we will be moving there, and I do not have a position up there yet. When I think about the question of, visiting with my program director and how what they know about school law and keeping kids safe and make the learning environment a good one for all of the students involved, I think it's important to understand how our program operates, because as a preschool, sometimes, that is different than just a public school. So Reno County Head Start is, our grantee is USD 308, which is Hutchinson Schools. We are a county-wide program, and so we do have agreements with USD 309 and as well as USD 313, which are Buhler and South Hutch, that we have agreements with them. And so our classrooms are in other buildings throughout the county as well as in Hutchinson, which is kind of a unique situation. But we are governed by our local policy council. This council is made up of community members, our leadership and management staff, as well as parents. And so they make all the program decisions or recommendations that they get from our management team goes through policy council, and they vote on those. Reno County Head Start abides by the National Head Start program standards, so our funding doesn't come from the state level, but from the national level, and we have a whole book of program standards that determine, and kind of give us guidelines for how we run our program. In our program, we have a director as well as an assistant director. Both of the people in those positions have just a number of years of Head Start experience. They both started out as one was a teaching assistant in our program, and one started out as a teacher, and they've just gradually worked their way up. And so they have a very vast knowledge of Head Start and all of the important things that there are to know about running a Head Start program. And then we also have a management team who makes leadership decisions concerning the program. I am not on the leadership team as the education specialist, but I would come right under them. My supervisor is the program director, and she also supervises all of the teachers. So that's just kind of how we are set up. And obviously we follow the rules, so to speak, or the expectations of the Head Start program standards, as well as USD 308, because we are part of the public school. So when I visited with our director, her name is Cindy, about the knowledge of federal and state laws, some things that just came to her mind that were important are about attendance, and so we have to follow the guidelines set forth by Head Start, and those are more strict guidelines than what the school district has as far as the number of days that our students have to be present, and we keep a percentage, whereas in the public schools it's just truancy is based on, after a number of absences, and she wasn't even sure about that in the public schools, but she can just speak about in our program, and we work really hard with the family support workers, tracking attendance and making sure that children are in school the correct number of days. She also brought up background checks and how, Head Start has their expectations for who has to have background checks and who pays for those. And then as in my position, I do a lot of hiring of teaching assistants, and I'm also on the team for hiring new teachers. And so background checks was just one thing that came to her mind about how we keep students safe. And then, of course, all the safety procedures that, having a secure office and having people sign in and out of the building and tracking who is present and all of those things. So, and then, of course, we follow the school board policies that encourage a safe learning environment for all students. So in her eyes, she really feels like we are double covered because we're covering what Head Start requires as well as our school district. So my plan to learn more about school law and all of the topics concerning it are just to be fully involved in this class. I know that I have a lot to learn. I've been in education for 14 years, but I've mainly made my focus in the classroom. And so when I think of school law in that bigger scope, I know that there's a lot that I can learn. I just want to take advantage of the opportunities to learn from the leadership in my program, as well as the numerous other people in this course. I plan to do lots of reading and researching on not only our school board policies and procedures, but other policies, and seeing where we are doing well and in what areas we can improve. And then just to use the resources and materials in the course to gain an understanding of school law. This is my 4th course in gaining my administration certificate, and so I have a pretty good understanding of what to expect and things like that, but I always look forward to learning more. So it's nice to get to know all of you, and I look forward to a fun course.